1212. All right. So the Fresh and Fit had a podcast, I guess a couple of days ago, where, I mean, shout out to Fresh and Fit, but we knew having a room full of women, a disaster was coming to happen sooner or later, man. Sooner or later, the disaster was going to happen. So this is why I tell you guys, don't work with women. Don't do nothing with them, if you can avoid it. If you can avoid it, don't do it, because this is the type of stuff that's going to happen, especially if you deal with uneducated women, man. When you deal with low educational women, and you can typically see that by their attire and how they speak. That's how you know who you're dealing with. You know what I mean? So, the Fresh and the Fit had a podcast, which they usually do. They usually have, I don't know where they get these women from or whatever, but they usually fill up a room with a bunch of different women. And I don't know. I don't know where they get them from or how they put it together, but shout out to them for doing it, however they do it. But older guys like myself, we already see this is a disaster waiting to happen, man. So this is a disaster waiting to happen. But anyway, shout out to them for attempting to make this work. So we're going to go over the unfortunate event that happened with the Fresh and Fit podcast when Myron got attacked. This is Myron. He got attacked by this chick here. It's this chick, either this chick or this chick, physically assaulted him, and was not pretty. So let's go over how this situation developed and what's the best way to prevent this from happening.
It was disrespectful that he did that.
I said it could be disrespectful because I came to you verbally telling you like, oh, regarding like this is my reputation, so let me set the skate clear.
The skate? Oh, you mean the slate? The slate, SLATE, slate. Oh, okay. All right, got you.
Feel me? You could have just been like, well, shit. I
do that hoping, without me.
I was hoping you was going to fuck. You feel me? But it's...
See, one thing you can tell, this is one of the easiest ways you can tell. One of the easiest ways you can tell that you're dealing with a low-class woman is her mouth. When she says a lot of curse words, she has to say a lot of curse words. You're dealing with a hood rat. So doesn't even deserve to enter your dwelling. I don't know I guess Fresh and Fit wants to spotlight these kind of women and show men how they can not deal with them by bringing them on and letting them expose themselves as uneducated or foul-mouthed and then kicking them out. Maybe that's what they're doing here. I don't know. But anyway, so this chick here is going to start off. She's already starting off by being, how can I say, unclassy about herself. And, because she's from the streets, obviously. And so that's important to her. And so this is her friend here. And so she's going to get her back, even though she's, showing her ass. This girl's going to get her back. Okay, so now we're at the point. So Myron's just asking this chick, asking all of them questions like they normally do. And this chick, all of a sudden, when Myron tries to break it down to that she's wrong, the chick gets an attitude and starts trying to, actually outline her position and make it clear. And what she's doing is just making it worse. But anyway, that's where we are right now.
Since you not all right, I'll just take another bitch in whole. So It's all like, why even take me out even further when I told you that? And it's all like, I could say it's all like, oh, you trying to, you feel me, like boast on me,
Okay.
like showing.
So now she said, you feel me like 3 times, right? No, we don't feel you. But this is what happens when we bring women like this in the studio, bro. This is the kind of stuff that's going to happen, man. But anyway, see, there's no good information that's being passed here. It's just her talking off the top of her head and her friend backing her up with it.
How much of girls you got?
Okay. Did you finish your
When you
point
could have
though?
just came into
Hold
the
on,
curve.
let her finish. So
yeah,
that was
my point is finished. You're
Okay.
just not that one.
You're just not that one. Okay, all right.
I would disagree because I feel like maybe she wanted him to wait because he was that one. If I like you, maybe I don't want to fuck you on the first date. Maybe I want you to
Okay.
get to know me.
Mhm.
And I'm mad now because I told you I didn't want to fuck and you brought another girl.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna feel a type of way because maybe I was interested in you
Mhm.
and I wanted you to get to know me because I already have my reputation and I
Right.
don't want my reputation to precede me. And now you brought another chick. So now I feel a type of way and now we don't get to know each other.
Mhm.
At that point, you're just
Okay.
gonna tell
Period.
So that's why
Period.
that's why I wanted you to wait.
All right.
I respect that.
All right.
She hit it right on the spot.
There you
You
go.
agree?
Cool.
Okay. So okay.
So you can see that Myron and CEO were really cool. They wasn't out of pocket. They wasn't like, they wasn't all stressing out over none of these chicks, right? They do this every day. So, props to them. I could not do this. I could not work with all these different women, all these different personalities and all that. I could never do that. Shout out to them for being able to do that. You gotta have mad patience for that. I just don't have the patience to work with that many women, especially these type of women right here. I just don't have patience for that. But shout out to them because they're actually trying to teach something to the younger guys. Unfortunately, they got to put themselves in a lion's grasp to do it. But hey, man, God be with them, man. Anyway, you can see that Myron and CEO was they was just chilling. It hadn't got out of hand yet. So we can see that right now. Okay.
What's your
Earlier in
opinion,
the show, I asked you guys a couple of things.
Oh my gosh.
And I asked, are men the prize or the women? And all of you guys answered 4 for women are the prize and 3 for they're equal. And then someone else asked about high value women, which I'll talk about that too. But the point is this, ladies. I think Kevin Durant was handled that fantastically. And I'll tell you why. Her telling him up front, we're not going to have sex and bringing her friends was disrespectful first. Okay? Because this is the thing that a lot of modern day women don't understand. They feel that they're entitled to your time without necessarily giving you sex. Right?
So now Myron is going to break down one of the major problems in dating out there, right? All right. So from the man's perspective, okay? So we're all good so far? Okay.
Right? If a guy takes me on a date, he shouldn't feel entitled to have sex with me, which is cool. You could feel that way. But you got to understand that certain caliber of men have all the leverage. And the reality is when you deal with certain caliber of men, they're the prize, not the women. Okay? There's beautiful girls all over the place. You guys live in Miami, right? You guys see it in South Florida. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is that there's far less. A lot of you guys describe the man that's above average. 100,000, 70K, 100,000, 90 to 100,000. 50K is the closest. And then another 100K.
Yeah.
Only about 10% of the U.S. population in general makes $100,000 a year. And only about 15% of men are 6 foot tall. 6'2" and above, about 3%. So realistically, if we're going to go from a mathematical perspective, the man is the prize by default because there's far less of him than he is of you.
Now, see, you made a good mathematical point. It went whoop, right past all of them. But it was a good mathematical point.
You know what I'm saying? So that's number one, understanding that the man is the prize, especially if you're dealing with a certain caliber of man. The other thing, too, is that someone like Kevin Durant is literally a 1% guy, 0.0001%. Lana Rhodes, with all due respect, is a stupid hoe. Because all she did, yeah, exactly. Like, seriously, guys, like, 1,000%. And the thing, too, is that I need women to understand that there's consequences to what you do in life. If you're going to be a porn star having sex with guys on camera, people are going to come at you a certain way. You know what I'm saying? I always say, Women want a man with a future. Men want a woman that doesn't have a past. And the thing is,
What?
No, that's
Yeah.
Okay. So now this chick, this chick here lost it, right? So Myron gave her good game. He gave them all good game. But because this chick must have a past that's, longer than a mile, she is like, what? See, because when Myron said good men don't want women with a past, he initially destroyed her chances of getting a good dude. He destroyed that. So because she got emotional over that, she said, no, I'm going to get a good man no matter what my past is. I'll just hide it from him. Right? But ain't no hiding the worn out. There's no hiding the worn out vagina and sagging breasts. But anyway, moving forward, Myron just gave her a good game and just dropped good game on it. And this chick lost her mind. So let's see how it progressed from here.
true.
That's true.
That is crazy though.
Because
Yeah.
you
can
represent
continue.
him. That's why.
yeah.
You're a reflection of him. So
Yeah.
he doesn't want. a
I
woman
mean,
with a
but
past.
I'm a human too. Why is it just you?
But is it okay for
you
them to
feel
have
me?
a
And
past?
that's what I'm saying. Like y'all
Another, you feel me?
Can I
men
finish?
want a
Can I
woman that's
finish? Can I finish, please? Yeah. So the thing.
So he politely interrupted her on his platform. He politely interrupted her and asked her he can finish. Got her permission, right? He don't have to get her permission, but he asked for her permission. Okay, this chick is still out of her mind right now, right? Because she feels like, hey, like I'm like Megan Thee Stallion, right? I can take down as many dudes as I want to, and a good dude making a lot of money is going to want to be with me in the end, right? He'll take this worn out vagina with 100,000 miles on it and these sagging breasts and and ultimately children from another man. He'll take me right from the carousel. We'll step right into the Maserati, right? Whoo, oh boy. You guys got your work cut out for you guys on Fresh and Fit, man.
thing is that I don't make the rules. I just
see
tell
it
them.
different.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like men and women are very different. Men don't want a girl that's been ran through. Period. He might have sex with you. He might hook up with you. He might take you on a date or two.
That's good
But he's
game.
not going to put a ring on it and take you seriously if
Good
he's seen
game.
you having sex with a bunch of guys.
It's a good
So
game.
men don't want to overpay for something that's been gotten for free.
That's
You know what I'm
good
saying?
game.
Like they just don't want to do that. I'll give you guys an example, right? Let's say you go to the Gucci store, right, or the Louis Vuitton store, whatever it may be. We'll say Louis
I'm
Vuitton today.
weak.
Let's say Louis Vuitton, right? You pay 10 bands for a bag, right? Like, oh shit, this bag is lit. Yeah, nice.
Mhm.
Your homegirl gets the bag, right? As well. The next day, you're like, yo, you fucking copied me? Like, yeah, but I had to get it. How much you get it for? I only paid $5,000. How'd you feel?
Shit pissed me off.
You'd be mad, right?
That's
What'd
a
you-
fact.
Okay, so what's the first thing you do? You go back to that Louis Vuitton store, right? Hey, I need my $5,000 credit, right? You bring in your receipt. Hey, I paid 10. She got it for 5. What the fuck? I need that discount too. The receptionist looks you dead in the face and says, no, that's your price. What? And then you see someone else go buy that bag for $100. Someone else take it off the shelf for free. Someone else pay $1,000. Someone else pay $20, whatever it may be. How would you feel?
He ain't gotta do shit but be black and die, didn't I?
Okay. Yeah. But you guys see where
I'll
I'm
just
going.
make myself better.
Yeah,
like,
so you guys see where I'm coming from. So see where I'm coming
not
with this.
taking it personal.
Yeah, but that's how men look at women, whether we want to accept it or not. Women look at men as success objects. Men look at women as sex objects. I hate to say it like that, but that's the truth.
So he gave him some more truth, more game, and you can see it's starting to heat up a little bit in here.
You know what I'm saying? So when someone like Lana Rhodes, who's clearly a depreciating asset, had sex with a bunch of dudes on camera,
Not a
etc.
depreciating asset.
She, yeah, she is. Yeah, she's a depreciated asset at this point. Having sex with dudes on camera, whatever it may be, she's got to move that way, thinking like, okay, well, I'm just going to tell you up front I'm not going to have sex. But what she doesn't understand is that you're dealing with a guy who's higher status than you and has the leverage and ability to bring other women. And
But that's desperate enough to do it with someone that's low value that you're saying. So what does that make Kevin Durant in that situation?
a man
He
with
has
options.
leverage.
A man with options.
So this chick is asking the question: if he don't want to have sex, if if the porn star tells Kevin Durant that we can go out, but we ain't gonna have no sex, then and Kevin Durant says, okay, that's cool, I'm gonna go be with somebody else. This chick is asking, what does that make Kevin Durant a low value dude, right? And they trying to school her now.
Yeah. He got money.
And that's the difference.
And that's it.
Like,
but if we talking
can you let
in
me
the
finish?
energy sense,
Can you let me finish? Can you let me hey.
Now he asked her twice, let me finish, but she's still, now she's really bugging out. She's really bugging out, losing her brain.
I'm still making my point. I didn't cut you off when you were talking.
I didn't know you was.
Yeah, I was still making my point.
I was just talking equally.
No. So just to finish my point here.
No, it ain't no equal. You on my show. You on my show. When I start talking, you shut up. We're not equal. You ain't pay for this equipment back here. You ain't pay for this set. We ain't doing this out of your house. We're doing this out of my house. These are my microphones. You sitting in my chairs. When I talk, shut the F up. That's how that's supposed to go.
The thing is this, man. Higher status men, we have the leverage. There's far less of us than there are of attractive women. And I think he did a great thing. She said, hey, I don't want to have sex. Cool. You have your friends with you? I'm going to bring another girl with me. The problem is this. Women hate it when men also have options that could play the game too. Yeah, that's the reality. Women are used to being able to have the leverage. Let me make them wait. I'm going to dangle this box, make him take me out on 2-3 dates. She knew right there and then when he showed up with another chick, I can't lever sex against this guy. Right. And when a woman can't lever sex against you for some kind of compliance, they start to get angry or mad or whatever it may be. And even if she was attracted to him, I'll tell you this, it definitely went up a little bit because she knew right there and then, I can't control this man.
Can't play no games.
So that's my take on it. You know, we could go around the table. I know some of you guys might disagree, have some issues with that. But that's the reality, man. Men are the prize, not women, especially of a certain status.
Cool. Right.
Maybe of a certain status.
What about women at that status? Then what does that make men?
Oh, you're talking about this idea of a high value woman, right?
Can you go ahead and...
There are high value women. I'm so sorry. We live in 2021.
All right, perfect.
Yeah, because a man that doesn't...
Here, you want to say your piece real quick so I can talk about...
I don't think y'all ready for my piece, so I'm gonna keep my piece.
Yeah, no.
Okay, so then she said, hey, you ain't ready for my piece, so I'm going to keep my piece. So, hey, she warned him. She warned him. So I got to give it to the little sister. She warned him that she was unhinged, and they felt like, hey, it was worth going down the rabbit hole with her on that. So hey, I got this. She did better than I thought. At least she warned him, you know. And see, you got to take when a crazy person says you don't want to smoke, you trust that person. Take them at their word. Take them at their word and say, you know what, you're right. You're right. I don't want you. We don't want you. You know, and they should have let her be quiet right then. She wouldn't have stayed quiet anyway, but at least they would have been able to put in front of her face, hey, you said don't approach you about it, so we're not approaching you about it. So please be quiet like you said you was going to be quiet, and that way we won't have no smoke. But unfortunately, that's not what happened. So let's go take a look.
No, go ahead. We don't get
I'm
you sure?
So Myron said, "Hey, go ahead, because they're not, you taking to, you. It's like they looked at that as a threat, and they of course want to make sure that they let you know you ain't threatening them. This is their place. If you want to get out. Yeah, we'll just throw you out if you have we have a problem. So anyway, let's see what happens.
I'd rather you say it without instead of cutting me off.
Yeah.
So
are you gonna sexualize?
I just don't get the condescending energy. Like I just don't see life as anyone being better than anyone just because of your bank account is more, just because you could run a faster 100-yard dash, just because you're a rapper, just because.
Okay, but she don't have no problem with the chick telling the guy, hey, I'm not gonna have sex with you, and he's saying okay, and he bringing somebody else on a date. She don't have no problem with her telling him that. She got a problem with him bringing another person on a date with him. See, that's the thing, you don't. But this sister's young, man. She don't know what the hell she's talking about. So I don't even know why I'm giving credence to what she's saying. Anyway, let's move on.
because you're a mom or you're just a father. I don't think no one is better than anyone. I feel like everyone is equivalent. You feel me? We just have our
spiritually, we all equivalent. We're not all equivalent as human beings. We're spiritually equivalent, and we got the same rights as a human being. But as defined by the society's labels, no, you're not. And whether you want to say that or not, a woman that goes to church every day and is loyal to her husband is not going to be looked at the same as the woman that's out there doing porn. They're just not going to be looked at the same. They're not going to be looked at the same way. So that is just the reality of that. But she's not even open to looking at the reality. Anyway.
Strengths in this, you have your strengths in that, and that's just what it is. So that's why, like, I can't really see it as like, anyone being more valued than anyone, like that, like what I said. You feel me? I don't feel like I'm in a whole relationship. I don't feel like I'm just a prize. My dude a prize too. He a mirror of me. Like I said, I don't want no damn peasant. So even with Kevin Durant, like it shows some about him. You feel me? It shows some about you if you're messing with women that you believe is lower than you. You feel me? Because just like a king like Jay-Z, you feel me? Oh, Offset, they equal. You feel me? Beyonce.
You know what kills me about women, man? How do they know how a man would date? I mean, how do they know? What do they? I don't understand how they got all this insight about men, but they have so much bad luck with men. I don't get that. I don't get that. I mean, what makes you think you know so much about men? You know so much about bad men because that's the type of men you hang out with. But just the fact that this sister is saying, hey, men on Fresh and Fit, they're telling you, hey, a man can go either direction. He can go do that, but typically women that make lots of money are not that attractive. So men usually date down because the women that don't make as much money are usually more attractive. That's generally speaking. They're generally more attractive, more friendlier, and more able to be taught. You know what I mean? They're more compatible, cooperative, right? Women that have high power jobs, they usually don't. They a lot of times have masculine energy, and it's hard for them to let go of that masculine energy even when they come off the job. So they're not a lot of fun to be around if you're a masculine guy. If you're a beta guy, maybe for a little while. But even a masculine framed woman, I don't care how good she look, man. That is that's no good. That's no good. Anyway, moving on. It's starting to heat up.
Beyonce heavier than Jay-Z. Beyonce, her image is bigger than Jay-Z. Like, and I'm 10 toes on that by far. But what makes Jay-Z, even at her level is that he see, my woman just is better than me. She better than me. Like he said in one of his songs, my lady better than most of you niggas.
Okay.
Most of you niggas.
But what I think it is, I think one, it's your personal view. Two, Jay-Z and Beyonce are like a one-off. And it's like your personal view versus what society is.
So, but that's what I'm saying. It says a lot about the person. If you feel like you're up here, why are you messing with someone down here? That says a lot about you in that.
But I just explained that, right? Women that are usually making lots of money are usually not that attractive, generally speaking. And the ones of them that are attractive, they're usually not fun to be around. They got this masculine personality. And they're just not a lot of fun to be around, man. Typically, generally speaking, a woman that's not into making money as much as she's into keeping herself together so that she can attract a man, that's more probably going to be a better fit for most men. Anywho, let's go because we're heating up. Oh man, we had 24 minutes already. Okay, let's go. Come on.
That area.
Okay, so
when it comes to sex, romance, you feel me? It's a whole different ball game when we're talking about bank account. It's a whole different ball game when we're talking about skill.
Okay, but that's
what is this chick talking about, man? I gotta give it to Fresh and Fit, man. You can put up with stuff like this, man. More power to you, man.
The levels to it's different levels. There's different ramps to.
I get what you're saying, but like, here's the thing. It does matter because there's losers and there's winners.
Well, I feel like that's just a lower
period.
So there's winners and there's losers. Like I get it on paper.
So, but that's what I'm saying. So if you're gonna classify Kevin Durant as a winner, why is he fucking with a loser? Why are you fucking with a loser?
Because men and women are different.
No,
because
but
men can date down.
That don't make
sense. Okay, so now Myron is trying to gain back control of the show from this chick that took it over, who is talking about absolutely zero, and looking at now she's trying to get what do you call that? She's trying to get helpers on her side, right? She's trying to look at the other sisters, look at the other chicks, trying to get them to be on her side, right? Trying to grow the rebels are trying to grow, right? She's like, so Myron's trying to bring back, Myron is trying to be like Darth Vader, man, stomp the rebels out, right? Okay, so let's see what happens.
Sense to me.
Yeah,
okay.
You just said that you don't want to date a peasant, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's
men
why
don't care though. Men will date
care.
a peasant. Men will date
CVS,
a peasant.
McDonald's, Walmart.
So, but that says a lot about
That's
you.
the point.
That says a lot about you.
No,
I'll take her out, but I won't.
That's
yeah,
biology.
exactly. You won't take her out, but that says a lot about you.
One mic. Yo. You gotta chill. Like, you gotta chill.
Okay, now he put it down. He's like, hey, you're being rude. You're not being, you're being rude, and we're gonna have to ask you to leave. Right? Basically, what he's telling her.
So anyway, like I was saying.
Like I said, y'all wasn't ready for my piece.
No. You said your piece, and then I'm gonna rebut that, but then you kept talking. And what I'm trying to say is that
you didn't let me finish too. We want to be
and there's disrespect. Don't cut them off.
Exactly.
All right?
There's respect.
You know what?
Respect
Point is
is
this.
due.
Real quick.
No. This is not your show. We don't have to let you talk. We don't have to let you do nothing. You don't like how we doing this? Get out. See, but some women are so entitled that they feel like, hey, I'm coming on your platform and I'm gonna act any kind of way I want to. I'm gonna bring the streets to your platform. No, you're not bringing the streets to my platform. Well, first of all, man, this is definitely something I would never do. I would never have females in studio. Never. That is, this is a recipe for disaster. If it wouldn't have been this time, it'd have been another time. We knew, but those of us in the black community, we knew it was going to be some black women. We knew it. Sooner or later, it was going to be some black women that was going to kick off something like this. We just knew it because they're the most unchecked women out there. And they feel they have the most entitlement as far as how they supposed to be able to move and act. Unfortunately, not all of them, but a lot of them. So, especially the younger ones and the younger uneducated ones, this is how they move and talk. That's why, man, shout out to Fresh and Fit, man, because you're dealing with this on a daily basis, man. I do not have the patience for this, man. Shout out to them brothers.
Point is this.
Chat. Put a 1 in the chat if you want to see Frank Castle.
Yeah. Let us know, guys, what you want.
Cool.
We'll let the people pick. So anyway, with that said, I'm going to make my point. The thing is this. Men can date down. Men can date a chick that's a peasant or makes less money than them or whatever. You're saying, who would do that? Men easily date down. Like, men don't care about how much money a woman makes or whatever.
A man that high value won't look at it.
That's how you know what a high value man would look at. How does this chick look like all of 18, 19 years old? How do you know what a high value man is looking for? But I mean, it's like, hey, I can just say what I want. Facts? We don't need no facts. I just say what I want.
Not true. That's not true at all.
Martin, finish point.
Yeah. So anyway, to finish my point, men that are of a higher status, they will definitely date a girl below them financially and socially. It's just the way it is.
That's
Women
society.
don't do that way. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'll tell you this, the more money a man makes, the less inclined he's going to be to want to grow on his level. Make no mistake about it. You mentioned Beyonce and Jay-Z. That's a good point. But don't forget that Jay-Z cheated on her and she didn't leave. What does that tell you?
Plus, Jay-Z and Beyonce are the exceptions to the rule. They're the exceptions. So the exception proves the rule.
That
hard.
means that
Because-
she's just not a cheater.
No. It's
Okay.
because,
all that
all
means.
right, you got to go, man. You got to go.
Mind games.
bye.
It's a
You gotta
one.
go.
Okay. So here we are. He finally got tired of her, and he threw her out. Okay, so now we're going to see, this is where the real action begins.
You're wild.
Wait, why she gotta go?
Okay, so now her friend is like, why she got to go? She got to go because I said she got to go. Period.
Why she gotta go?
She's
Why she gotta go?
Disrespectful.
She
She's
just
still asking a question like an idiot, right? The other girl's got enough sense to know why she got to go. You don't come on somebody else's platform and go over disobey the rules. But see, because little women like this, a lot of times it's the black ones. They feel like, hey, I should be able to say or do whatever I want. What's the problem? Men always, but see, the kind of men you deal with, they always let you do whatever you want to do, right? You can say whatever you want to say, do whatever you want to do, and there's no repercussions for it, right? Now they're finally getting repercussions for something. They're like, what? These other women, they already know, hey man, if you act up, repercussions is coming. They get it. These two, because they street chicks, they like, what? We never have to deal with repercussions. Never. Right? Okay.
she's just being on the podcast. Is he mad because she's talking and
Yeah, he's mad because she keeps interrupting him.
he wants her to stop
We
talking?
give her multiple chances to like just be chill. Let her talk. He talks.
I thought we was doing that though.
Nah, she wasn't.
But we was doing that
Nah,
though.
Listen, there's no arguing. She's leaving. If you want to leave, you can leave with her.
I thought we was doing that though. We was having a debate. It should be a
she keeps
friendly
cutting me
debate.
off. No,
Yeah.
she keeps cutting me off, just like you've been earlier.
Yeah.
But it should be a friendly debate. I don't think anybody was cutting.
Hey, now the other chick is trying to tell him how his program's supposed to go.
So,
Anybody
there's
off.
nothing for debate right now. She's getting kicked out. If you want to leave, you can leave with her too.
I mean, I have no choice but to leave with her too. So
Okay,
I
then
mean,
get out.
I'm not gonna get nothing out unless you call the fucking police on if you talk.
Okay. Now, there it is. This is the moment that all of us, this is why you don't work with women. This is why you don't work in studio. You don't work with them. This is why, because this type of thing will happen. It's going to happen eventually, especially a certain type of woman, a woman, a hood rat, street type of chick. This is what's going to happen. This is what's going to happen. If you push them enough, the street is going to come out of them. And now she's sitting in your place telling you she's not going to leave. After you asked her repeatedly to leave, she's going to sit in your place say, I'm not leaving unless you call the police. Okay? This is a disaster. This is why I say, do not, if you can avoid it, do not work with women directly. Do not. This is the kind of stuff that's going to happen to you, especially a certain type of street type of chick. This is what's going to happen. It looks like to you, you're going to have an opportunity to, do some other things, but this is what's going to eventually happen. If not this, it'll be some type of allegation, sexual allegation. I mean, this is just a recipe for disaster, in my opinion. Shout out to Fresh and Fit. They, some kind of way, have walked away from this every episode. But if I was you, I would stop doing this at all. I would not bring in no whole bunch of. If you're gonna bring in one, maybe one. But see, when you get 2 or 3 of them together, man, it's like Star Wars. You got a core resistance, and then once you get that core resistance, get some steam behind them, now you got a problem on your hands. So anyway, now the chick is saying, "Hey, I'm not leaving unless you call the police." Yikes!
talking to me like that.
You're gonna get out right now.
You're gonna call the police.
No,
if
you're
you're
gonna get
talking
out.
to me like that.
You're gonna get out.
You're gonna call the police.
You're gonna get
if
out.
you're talking to me like
this is
that.
my place. You're gonna get the
You're
fuck
gonna
out.
call the police. If
Okay.
you're talking to me like that.
So this is why I say don't work with women. Now they wasting all this time trying to remove this chick and this other chick here out of the spot. This is all time wasted. It's all time wasted, right? And it's going to go from this to uglier. Okay?
I'm gonna sip my White Claw.
Yeah.
We won't call the cops. You're gonna look stupid getting kicked off on air by the police.
Go ahead, do that.
Can we not do that?
See? That's why you don't invite street chicks to your world, bro. This is what happens when you invite. Let street niggas keep street niggas. Let street niggas have street girls. You don't let street chicks into your world, man, because when you do, this is what's going to happen. I mean, this could happen with any type of woman, period. They've been blessed that none of this ever happened before. But my suggestion to them is never have more than maybe 1 or 2 women in there. Because when you got a whole bunch of women in there like that, this is the type of thing that can happen. You never know. With a woman, you never know what's going to happen, man. Anyway.
Are these people really being like this because they fucking Fab and Fit podcast? But you got like fucked up. She was just talking. I don't get it. What was wrong? What just happened?
Now you got chaos. Now you got chaos running around up in there, right? And you got a situation where if it was dudes, you know, everybody could tussle. But now you got women, man, you can't even touch them because it's going to be an issue. And you know what I'm saying? They're going to say this or that. So, I mean, man, you know, it's ay, 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 ay.
No way. I'm really trying to figure out what happened. It shouldn't even be like this. What happened? I don't even know what happened.
You don't need to know what happened. Get out. Get out. You don't need to know what happened.
So, yeah.
Let's go.
Yo, you guys are on camera right now looking crazy.
We're not looking crazy anything.
Yeah, you
are.
No, we're not.
Y'all gonna get out. Y'all gonna get out.
And no, I would like my waiver before I leave.
You're not gonna do shit because y'all sitting here recording the bitch. You guys can call the police to get out.
No, I want my waiver.
You guys can call the police to get
I
out.
want my waiver before I leave. You guys,
Did we think it was gonna turn out like this, guys?
No, I would call.
Anyways, guys, welcome to the.
Now, you see, this is why you don't work with women, bro. Don't work with them, especially street hoods. Don't work with street chicks, man. It's just not going to end well, man. And for the 1 or 2 times it ends well, this is what you're going to get the other 8 or 9 times, man. It's just not good, man. Not good. Just hey, just don't work with them. If you can avoid it, you know, sometimes you can't avoid it, but if you can avoid it, I wouldn't do it, man. This is what's going to happen.
Behind the scenes, y'all see all the tea, all the ladies' night, ladies' night.
So, what's going on, fellas?
This is crazy.
So as we were talking about this,
So,
oh gosh,
I would have left a long time ago.
I would have left.
Bro, that's so embarrassing.
So Myron's trying to kick him out, but he ain't putting a hand on him. He's trying to kick him out. They won't leave.
That's embarrassing.
And now this chick wants her waiver back. Ay, ay, ay. Holy smokes, Batman.
High key.
No, look. All right, you already got embarrassed over here. Now you're behind the scenes.
I'm having a whole damn anxiety attack.
I'm like, just stay quiet and like, hi, cheers.
Now she giving him a middle finger because they're kicking her out.
Ass and titties. Ass and titties.
Since that's what we're talking about, anyways.
Whoa.
Look at Steven. Look
Oh
at
my
him.
gosh,
Can
come
we
in the
not
room.
Mimi, but I just really feel like
This is absolute mayhem. This is mayhem. But this is what happens, man, when you bring a bunch of women in your spot, man. This is what happens.
I really feel like. No, wait.
We in Miami, bitch.
Wait, what the fuck?
Only in Dade. Only in Dade.
Thinking we got on the
Only
rest.
in Dade.
Now this chick just assaulted him twice, right? She just assaulted the guy twice. Myron.
On the ratchet. Wait, have you guys ever seen some shit like this on their podcast?
No, I've never seen this.
Y'all, this is live footage. Look, there are 10K viewers. Trip in, bro.
Now it's just chaos, man. It's pandemonium out there.
Only a day.
It's just pandemonium out there. They just doing whatever they want to do.
You do it one more time? Ooh, I'm gonna grab you by your hair and throw you the fuck out.
So you're not gonna do shit.
Okay. You want to be tough now? Assaulted me in my own house. All right, we got you on camera. All right, now go.
Why you want to be so big just because you're on a podcast?
I don't want to touch you. I
How
want
many
you to
views
leave.
you got in this bitch? Put me
I
on
want you to
camera.
leave. You look crazy.
Put me
I
on
want you to leave.
camera.
Get out.
See, so now he's going back and forth with her. You get crazy, this and that. But it's still just out of hand. It's just out of hand. And I guess, you know, I don't know, man. It's just, I feel bad for these guys, man, because they gotta have to deal with stuff like this, man. But this is what happens, man, when you bring a lot of women in your studio, man, and you working with them and you close together with them. This kind of stuff that happens.
10K views.
Police.
We tried, but you slapped the phone
Make
on
me
my
the
hand.
police. But I want to know, what are you guys' problem?
I'm telling you,
because you
we're
mad
gonna-
because the
we're
bitch
gonna-
talking
no.
of you because you don't agree with what the bitch is saying to you?
You crazy.
I'm confused.
Don't
Because you don't agree with the bitch saying with you on this live, right? This live, right? Fuck Fab and Fit, bitch. Fuck Fab and Fit, bitch.
F Fab and Fit. I think it was Fresh and Fit. Maybe that's what you're trying to say. This is take a look at this. Gentlemen, all of you guys that want to bring women into your studio with you, take a look at what you're going to eventually have to deal with. Take a look. This is what you're going to have to deal with. Is sooner or later, this is what you're going to be dealing with. If you know, when you bring street chicks into your spot, this is what's going to happen to you, man. And now I'm telling you, any woman can accuse you of anything if you bring her in the studio. Any. That's why I say, if you can avoid working with them, you should. You should. Let them work with somebody else. Let them accuse somebody else. Let them develop a situation with someone else. This is the kind of stuff that you're trying to stay away from, man. Because it's just a bad look. This is a bad look, man. This is a bad look, you know. But I can't say I didn't expect it to happen sooner or later. I knew when you got a room full of women, some like, especially the kind of women that they have on Fresh and Fit, a lot of street looking chicks. Eventually, something like this was gonna happen. You know, unfortunately, it was it was the black ones. But you know, they're the ones, of course, that have the most. They're the most out of reality. They feel like, hey, I shouldn't have no consequences for my behavior. And so that's why they do everything that they do. As you can see. Good representation for the sisterhood right here.
Put me all on motherfucking World Star, bitch. I don't give a fuck. What you mean?
This sister is trying to calm things down. Let me tell you something, man. If you're ever in a situation where you have to raise your voice, things have gotten out of control. You shouldn't have to raise your voice. You should be able to say, hey, you got to go. And they gone. But because that can't happen, because these two chicks ain't gonna, they just can't believe they're being asked to leave. They thought they was the belle of the ball. And so they just like, what? I gotta leave? No. Right? Unfortunately. Anyway, moving on.
We can't be seen like this.
I literally have a long time to go home.
Guys, this is really embarrassing.
Can I get a shot before I leave?
No. You ain't getting shit. You ain't getting shit. You're gonna stoop on the internet. You ain't. Nah. Now get out. Now get out. You got security here?
Yeah.
Get out.
Yeah.
Y'all
All
ain't
the
getting
police
nothing,
finally
bro.
came.
Y'all ain't getting nothing.
I need my waiver before I.
No. You ain't touching this bottle. No. Yo, stop, man. Stop.
Oh, yo. Okay, they gotta go.
Yo, what the fuck is actually going on right here?
I'm about to go home.
You wanna
I think
go?
I needed to get in a fight. Like, get
No one's gonna fight
I know.
here. Bro, those bitches are about to whoop them.
I don't want to fight. I don't fight, but I'm saying when people around you are fighting, people start hitting people, and then you get involved.
No one's gonna hit me. I'm right here, tranquilita,
That's right.
tropical. There's cameras everywhere. Look, camera right there, camera right there, camera right there, camera right there.
Our belongings.
Someone touched me.
are over there,
I'm
and they're
pressing
going
charges.
through our
Oh, wait,
things in the
actually,
front. Yeah,
you're
they're gonna
so
trip.
cute.
You sat here pretty the whole time. She ain't say
Police,
nothing.
those
I mean, what is it to say? I'm not gonna.
Nada.
Exactly.
Oh man,
Are we good?
this thing has grinded down to an absolute mess.
Yeah, we'll go.
Phone over here.
No, it's in
your
the
phone's
box.
not- It's in your back. Didn't they
Oh,
take
yeah,
it at the
it's in
We
box?
gave it to
I'm
you.
sorry.
We gave it to you.
No. Mimi took her phone only. I don't think she went.
No,
there.
she has her phone. We gave it to her right away. No, she's not getting away. She's signed it already. It's done. You ain't getting shit. You ain't getting shit.
I want my way.
Yo, remove it. Remove it.
I don't like black people. I don't like black people out there like as an angry black woman, angry black man.
Oh, now she hit him again for a third time. She hit him a third time. Oh man.
It's not even the police, it's the security.
Holy smokes. Holy smokes. Holy smokes. This is okay, let me stop this here. I think we got the idea of what's happening here. Okay. Quickly wrap this up. Bro, that's why you don't work with women, man. You avoid them at all costs. Avoid them at all costs. Especially the better looking you are, the more you need to avoid them. And the more money you have, you need to avoid them. But some of you guys, man, you can't control your chakra. So whatever that means. And you just driven to be around women like this even. And moral of the story is do not bring women into your studio. Do not. If you can avoid it at all costs. Because eventually something is going to go bad, man. Something's going to go bad eventually, man. So, you know what I mean? If you can avoid working with them, you can avoid being around them. You know, try to live your life where only time you have to spend with women is your time where you're away from the job or away from important situations in your life, and you can just do a social thing with them. Yeah, that may work, but there's no safe place. But definitely bringing them around where your money is made, that is not good. That is not good. That's like when we used to work out in the dojo, man. The dudes would bring their girls to the dojo, and man, people would really work on them when their girlfriend was out there, man, sitting there watching them, man. And so, I remember one time. A guy brought his girlfriend to the dojo one time. We were working out, and he wore a teacher's garment. He wore a teacher's garment to the dojo to impress his girlfriend. She was pretty cute. And so she brought her in there. He brought her to let her see him work out on the mat. Cause he had only had a few lessons, man. I think he was belted. I think he was belted and ranked in another system or whatever. So anyway, he felt like, hey, I'm gonna be a black belt by next week in this system, right? Well, our teacher took it as a disrespect that he came in dressed as a teacher, and man, did he work him? Woo. That guy left and never came back. I was like, whoa. But anyway, man, yeah, man, don't bring women to your studio. Don't, if you can avoid it. I hope you guys are fresh and fit, learn something. Either you start vetting these chicks more carefully, or you just don't bring them in there, man. Just don't bring them, because this is what's gonna happen. Especially the hood rats, man. You bring the hood rats in there, man. They're gonna bring the hood rat. They're gonna bring the hood to you. When you mess with a hood rat, the hood rat's gonna bring the hood to you. It's cute it's cute at first, but it's annoying after a while, and then it's absolutely deadly because they can start threatening your health and it's just a bad situation, man. It's a bad situation. Anyway, what do you think? Am I crazy? Should fresh and fit keep bringing these hood rats on and just go through it, or should are they, do they make sense bringing them, hood rats on to teach the lessons that they teach? Am I crazy for saying no? You can teach another kind of way. Who's right, who's wrong, man. Anyway, y'all let me know, man. This is just my opinion on that podcast. But hey, man, shout out to Fresh and Fit. They got long patience. I used to have long patience like that when I was young. I just don't have it anymore. There's no way you would catch me with even one chick in the studio unless it was absolutely necessary. Anyway, that's my take. Oh yeah. Never be the aggressor, brother. Never be the aggressor.